and we're live. Smashcast number 59.
59.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We are January 23rd, 2025.
Yes.
Here we go.
And we have a hard stop at like 125.
125. We have a hard stop.
Yep.
So it's all good.
So we can only ramble for so much.
That's it. That's it. You get it short and sweet.
Yep.
To the point.
Yep.
And that's about it, folks. Yep. We're gonna put here "Do Not Disturb" on. That's right. Do not disturb
cool.
on.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. We're back.
Okay. Quentin's on.
Yes. So, what do we have for the people today, dog? Updates.
What updates do we have?
Updates.
Trying to think about.
We're actually not that busy with events yet.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that Smash Iron Fitness will have 5 events this year, which is the most in Smash Iron history.
So what are those 5 events?
5 events. So we have 3 strongman events. What's strongman? Well, strongman is like, the world's strongest man competition kind of thing. Atlas stones, pulling trucks, pushing trucks, lifting logs.
Yep. Sandbags.
Doing those kind of things.
Wrestling small rhinos.
Yep. Doing that.
Cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That would be fun. I wouldn't do it. I don't have the strength for it, but I could see Ronnie doing that. Maybe we're like.
Hey, so my kids found out that there is a woolly rhino. Did you? Is that a real thing? A woolly rhino?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I know woolly mammoths, but I didn't know that there were
woolly rhinos.
Woolly rhinos.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What makes it woolly? Is that a ChatGPT question?
It might be a ChatGPT question.
Okay, so let's leave ChatGPT questions to the side.
We'll leave it the same. So we've got 3 strongman events. Las Vegas Strongman is April.
Las Vegas Strongest
is April. We got Strength Olympics in July.
Yeah, Strength Olympics and then Strength Games.
Yes.
Yep.
Strength Games is later this year.
Yes.
We've got a powerlifting meet. We need a food contest comp. Oh, heck yeah. Quentin, I'm in, man.
Let's do it.
I'm in. Sushi eating contest, pie eating contest, I'm
in.
Ooh,
sushi be good.
Yeah, boy, you'd clean that.
Ooh, sushi.
Man, Quentin, I like that idea. Actually, that might be a fun idea.
Dude, it'll be expensive, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we can just go over to that place. We got a powerlifting event with Randy from Fry Fitness.
Yes, May 10th.
Day before Mother's Day.
Great day.
It's a great day. And then we've got one likely in December. We just don't know which weekend.
Okay.
But we're presuming we're going to have this. So that's our 5 events this year.
Probably first Saturday of December.
It might be first or second Saturday.
Yeah.
Randy's got to figure out. But it'll probably be
okay.
It'll be post-Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas.
Amazing.
Yep.
So we got those are 5 events right there.
That's good coffee.
And
wow.
oh, thank you. I made it myself.
It's really good. You guys have really good coffee here.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got things fixed out because it's good.
It's been gone, but it's so good.
It just makes it sweeter when it's back.
That's it.
Makes you more grateful when it's there.
It is.
So
you don't
5
know.
events.
You don't know that you don't know. Yeah, that's it.
So do you know Ronnie's going to do a 4th strength next year? He's going to do what's it called? Like
Strength festival.
Like a festival.
Mm-hmm. Strength festival.
How cool is that? Like with all this, man, that's it. Like double. Good old Ronnie, man.
Oh man, that's great.
Between him and Randy, just passionate people, and they believe in what they're doing. They're both, they're obviously competitors, which makes them, but so they focus on all the important little stuff. So
100%, and because they're competitors.
Yep.
Sorry if my fingers in you guys.
Yeah, we're kind of scrolling to make sure.
Because they are competitors, they legitimately care on what's going on.
Yeah, they do.
And they care
really
about the competition.
They do.
And they cater to the competitors.
That's right. Because ultimately speaking, you don't have an event without competitors. I know that sounds stupidly obvious, but they're there, especially strongman and powerlifting. Like there's a certain aspect of performance there, and
100%.
I would even say artistry. So, we also have, I believe, a deadlift party that Ronnie's trying to put together with Reggie in
another
March.
One?
Yeah, another
one.
Okay. So who knew, right?
Yeah.
Busy.
I mean, those deadlift parties can.
They can be wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy.
So yeah.
Then what else? Hold
on. Kramer wants to do truck pulling at Smash Iron parking lot. Yeah, I believe that's a good idea.
A truck pulling invitational.
Here's the thing. Let's take this Quentin's idea of the food contest and Kramer's idea of the truck pulling.
Yeah.
If you really want to do that, let's talk and have the conversation. Let's do it. I don't think we have to go through some committee of I don't know, that sounds like a second quarter 2026 idea to me because we just... No, if you want to pull some trucks, then let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's put it...
Can you hold your mic like this?
Yeah, why? Can it's not picking it up?
On this one? No, I just want better audio for
Got it.
Instagram viewers,
Okay.
you know, and this is the audio for Instagram
Well, I
viewers.
can do this.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's it.
So
Bang,
yes,
baby.
Kramer, if you want to pull some trucks, and Quentin, if you want a food contest, let's talk seriously.
That can be one event.
Yes, there you go. You can combine it.
That's it. I'll just have my my taco guy come,
Oh yeah,
and we'll do
all you can eat.
and we'll do all you can eat tacos
We'd have to raise the price. for sure.
competition.
I like that idea.
We'll raise it at $20.
Maybe even higher.
Really?
They're
25?
good. I thought they were good.
They are good.
It was too good of a, in my opinion. I told them this. I said, you're not charging enough, because even the a la carte was like $3 or $4 or something.
You haven't even. So he did stop by to bring more meat.
wow.
But it was actually his son and his
Yeah,
friends.
that's what I talked
that
to.
were there.
I talked to. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
went later in the day. I just did a la carte.
Yeah. So
It was good. Like it was too good for the price paid.
Well, I'm telling you, he catered my wedding.
Yeah, well, I can see. If I had a wedding, I would have him cater mine too.
He catered my wedding, and I first saw him at a taco festival. There was like
Oh, you're kidding.
There was
That's
hundreds of tacos.
No kidding.
Taco stands or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And
he was- that was
he
him?
was in one of them, and
Love
I tasted. I'm like, I need your info,
Yes.
and I hired
love
him. I hired him for my wedding.
I love it. There's
Yeah.
so much. That's cool.
So I say we collab with him.
Yeah.
We do a taco contest.
Yep.
A taco eating contest.
Yep.
But you have to obviously you have to pay to compete.
Yeah. Sure.
And so let's say the competition would be, let's say $25.
Sure.
You know, maybe $30.
Yeah, who
I don't know.
knows? We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out the
We can figure
price.
something out.
But then we'll have a prize for the winner.
Yeah.
Right? At the same time as the taco eating contest, we'll have a truck pulling contest as well.
That'd be awesome.
So it'll be the start of the Strength Festival.
Okay. We can do a lot of good things. I like it.
But
I like it.
I won't take Ronnie's thunder.
Real American heroes. I love it. Speaking of America, we have a new president.
We do have a new president.
Yep. Good times.
It's going to be I'm excited for the next 4 years and see what is to come.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, politicians are politicians, so we'll see.
Well, exactly. Amen to that. I don't pay attention to anything they say. I'll just look at what they do.
Correct.
I mean, there's like that thing of blah 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 blah, want. But what are you doing?
Correct.
That's what I'm looking at.
I mean, because a lot of politicians will literally blab.
That's right.
And
That's right.
do completely the opposite.
That's right. And people are like, well, you said this. Like, okay, forget what they said. What are they doing?
Yeah. What are they? Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
For the people. Well, who said it? Who said that? There was a president. It's not what the government can do for you.
Ask not what the government can do to you, what you can do for. Ask not what you can do for your country, what the country and ask not what your country can do for you, what you can do for your country. That was Kennedy, I believe. John F. Kennedy.
See?
Dog's a libertarian. Bro, actually I'm not. I probably might be a libertarian at heart at some degree. I don't know, but I'm also very realistic regarding how you vote. And we don't have a voting system that rewards any kind of alternate party other than Republican and Democrat. So I vote according to pretty much I vote who do I not want in office. That's kind of, but I don't vote who I would want because there's no incentive for me to do that because there's and people say, well, if enough people, but people don't do that. I mean, 45% people don't vote anyway. So we don't have the voting system to make that work. But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a very mixed history. I've voted Republican, I voted Democrat throughout my history. So
Me too. Me
So,
too.
I'm not a straight ticket for president. I've tended to be straight ticket for everything else though, but that's because I don't trust these local people, the state people, local people. Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I won't tell you what party, but I'm straight ticket for everything else.
Straight ticket, baby.
Straight ticket. No matter who I vote for president, that's a different story.
Anyways, politics, blah blah.
Blah blah. Yeah. Whatever.
Again,
Whatever.
we'll see what your actions are.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. We'll see.
What else? I am highly caffeinated right now.
Yes. So do you get a caffeine crash?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so. The key for caffeine is actually waiting 90 minutes after you wake up.
Yeah, that's impossible for me, but I hear what you're saying.
Do you have a caffeine crash?
I just tend to be tired in general, so
Well,
it's hard to know
that's-
what's due to caffeine or due to the fact that I'm old.
That okay. Well, then that's fair because coffee can hold mold. So no, it's been studied. So that's why they say and recommend you wait 90 minutes after you wake up because there's this whatever chemical that has to drop and dissipate before you can introduce caffeine.
I would say I probably do it within maybe 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. So I just need to push that out a little bit more. I have a glass of water when I eat. That's the first thing I do.
Challenge you for
Oh, it
90
sounds like
minutes.
a challenge. Wow.
I challenge you, sir, for 90 minutes.
I love it. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you quit pot?
That's a great question.
And why did you quit pot, and what were the effects of quitting pot? Because I have someone who asked me who smokes pot and wants to kind of quit, but they're trying to figure out how do I do that and why would I?
Interesting.
And does it affect lifting and all that? Now, to be honest with you, I actually forgot who asked me, but I know someone asked me.
Okay.
So,
well,
let's talk.
Hi. You'll be
Spotlight. Boom.
You'll be surprised that actually a lot of athletes actually do smoke.
Okay.
Smoke weed.
Okay.
Because it doesn't really have a big effect on performance besides actually cardiovascular.
Okay. What do you mean? So, what are the cardiovascular effects of weed?
It's just you just feel it more. So that's why you
in a good way or bad way?
A bad way. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's smoke in the lungs is smoke in the lungs.
Got it.
However you want to look at it. When hookah was cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
I went through that era when hookah was cool,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden we found out years later,
It's like-
hookah was actually 10 times worse than cigarettes.
Yep.
And so it's like what, So and then same thing with
Big hookah fooled us.
yeah, the hookah fooled us. And so same thing with that, right? The hookah thing. Now, right? There's vape. There's
Edibles.
went into vaping, right?
Yeah,
Even tobacco vaping or let's say weed vaping, that is bad for you as well.
Okay.
Because it's like water vapor can get caught up in the lungs, and it's just it's just bad.
Okay.
So it's I think any type of form of smoke in the lungs is bad. So let's say
You have a comment. I've smoked pot almost entirely every day for 22 to 23 years. Just quit officially 20 months ago. I miss it, but I don't. I liked working out stoned. Just get in the zone and crush it. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thanks for that comment. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
So how did you do it? How did you quit? Were you
honestly,
cold turkey, or did you?
I did it
peter
cold.
out?
I did it cold turkey.
Wow.
And it wasn't for health benefits. It was honestly because the Lord put it on me.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It was completely spiritual.
Okay.
It was like, is this Christ-like?
Yeah.
And I had to ponder on that, and
So you came to the conclusion for yourself.
and so I was highly, highly, highly convicted, and I gave it up. I gave it up to the Lord.
Okay.
And that's how I did it. And so I think that's why a lot of reasons of AA, I know they introduce things like that as well, right?
Yep.
To help with addiction, because to be honest with you, I mean that's like a simple thing, but there's a lot of things that we can't do on this earth without quote unquote a savior or quote unquote a person or something like that to help us. But I mean, it's and that's the thing. It's even though people are going to fight me back on this, weed becomes a habit and becomes a really, really bad habit.
Got it. So it becomes like a habit and a lifestyle, I would imagine.
It's a
not
habit.
just a habit,
It's a
but
lifestyle.
Yep.
It is what it is. It's and you just get caught up in it and caught up in it and caught up in it. And all of a sudden you're going 10, 20 years,
Yep.
and it is what it is. And it's but it's once you step out of it,
Yep.
just how Paul did and just how I did, you start realizing it's it's actually life is actually better sober. So for me, even caffeine has been a big habit for me.
Got it.
And that's something that I try to cut out here and there. So every time that I fast,
Yep.
I don't do caffeine. I only do water because I know that I need to fast from the caffeine as well to help my endocrine system and things like that.
Okay. Interesting.
That's it.
So let's see, this individual, they said, I remember when pot was the devil's lettuce. Nice. Now it's cool for everyone to smoke. Times are weird. My wife, Beatrice, said if I wanted another kid, I had to quit smoking weed. She didn't want her kid's dad being a stoner. She put her foot down.
That's
I love
good.
that.
That's good.
She's holding her man accountable.
Well, that's the thing. It's
That's
so
awesome.
he
That's amazing.
chose to procreate, rather than to
Now I know Paul's priorities.
boom.
From last week.
Boom.
That's awesome.
That's
amazing. He chose family over weed.
Correct.
That's a choice.
Correct.
But we would only know that because he made the choice.
Correct.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. I mean,
Interesting.
same thing with alcohol, or it all becomes a habit and an addiction.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, weed's not addictive. It's like, well, it's a really, really big habit then.
Yeah.
It's like, and even though like let's say I stopped cold turkey, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's I don't know if I went through withdrawals or something, but I've actually heard of people that do go through withdrawals.
Yeah.
Because they go in so deep, as in like it's not just flour anymore. They go into what is it called? Wax.
Oh,
they,
wow.
they like smoke wax out of bongs and things
Really?
like that, and it's like
Wow.
super, super highly concentrated.
Oh, wow.
And they get used to that. So imagine that trying to get that's when
That sounds deep. Well, again, habit of addiction, addictive and all that.
Thank you, Sandman.
I think
Love
any
you.
habit could be addictive. Yeah. So Sandman said 2025 is the year of Smash Iron. Yeah, it's going to be a big year this year. It better be.
God willing.
God willing.
God.
That's right. I mean, ultimately.
God willing.
Ultimately, God willing.
That's it.
So, thanks for that story. I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that.
Yeah. It was to God. It was to God. And
Cool.
That's the blunt, honest truth.
Nice, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, because I actually felt fine physically.
That's cool. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Rambro.
Carson.
So, how about you? How about your vices?
Oh man.
And
where do I begin?
what have you given up?
Given up to the Lord, or just given up?
Okay, you given up to the Lord. Have you given up anything to the Lord?
I'd say porn mostly.
Okay.
Alcohol, I still. Oh, we miss you too, bro, for sure.
Yeah, dude, miss you, man.
I still drink alcohol now and then. I'd say every 1 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'll have a couple of drinks, and the main reason for that is if I go too long. If I go too long without alcohol, I will. I will absolutely binge drink the next time I do it.
Really?
So I kind of feed myself a little bit poison here and there
Okay.
to prevent that really, really bad day. Because when that really bad day happens, it cascades into, not a good situation.
Do you microdose?
Yes, I microdose alcohol, but I try to be methodical about it.
So it's once every 3 weeks.
Once every 1 to 3 weeks, I'll
Okay.
have like a drink or drink and a half. And fortunately, because I don't drink that much anymore, it hits me pretty hard, which is why it's fine. I mean,
good.
it used to be really bad. It used to be when I came down here, December when I met you. I was at the point where, 4 to 8 cocktails in the evening, and maybe coffee with Baileys, and then maybe some at lunch. It was bad.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there were nights where you just stop drinking because you can't feel it anymore. It's like I don't like having another drink. I can't feel any different.
So would you? Okay.
I'd have entire conversation with people and not remember a single thing about it.
Would you say you were an alcoholic? Would you say that was a thing? Or?
Ooh, this is a philosophical question. Honestly, I would say I was,
Okay.
not now. I think some people would say, for alcoholism, like once an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. I actually don't agree with that. I personally believe alcoholism is nothing more than a manifestation of OCD or another habit-forming thing. So whether it's scrolling Instagram or weed or porn or alcohol or gambling, whatever, to me it's just another thing.
Okay.
I don't put it in a separate category that says, oh, because it's alcohol, it's another, it's whatever. It's just another thing that you're just obsessing about. That's all. So I don't bring that identity with me now. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why I would crucify myself every day saying, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic," and I was. I've chosen not to do it, and fine. That's the end of it. And so there are other things that I still do. I pick my skin all the time. It's a nervous habit. It's based on anxiety and things of that sort. Hey, Pat. You got to get Pat in here.
Dude, that'd be great.
He's been benching, and he's surpassing me. Oh, man,
Yeah.
I love it. So I've got other habits that I just haven't yet been able to break, either because I don't want to, or it's too hard, or I haven't focused on it, or I haven't faced the mirror in front of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But some of it I have beat, and some of it was easy. Swearing, for instance, I
Yeah.
gave that up, not because I love swearing. Oh man, I love having a really bad mouth, but I gave that up for the Lord too.
Okay,
I was
good.
like, this is not necessary. I mean, once in a while I'll let an F-bomb go. It's
Yeah.
very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare now. But yeah, I gave that up.
Yeah.
I gave that
Well,
up.
in the start, it's funny. In the start of this podcast,
Yeah, I know.
Remember?
Yeah, we would go back and forth with the F-bombs all.
Yeah.
But you don't cuss that much.
I
either.
don't. And when I do,
it's for emphasis.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it was yes.
You know.
Yes.
I
that's valid. I think that's valid.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, like, I feel like the closer you get, the closer you get to walk with the Lord, the more you start shedding, right, of your old ways.
Yeah.
Right. So like cussing for me was big, because I used to cuss all the time.
Yeah.
I used to be on here like, oh, this.
Same.
Right. But it's like
Same.
it's just the way I talk.
Yep.
But. So yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah,
that was a really big one. Because at the same time too, it's like my children. It's like
Well, you've got children and a wife.
I don't want my children just repeating
growing up
me.
with that.
Right,
because they will.
They 100%.
They will.
They
will.
So it's like I will being a good example, right? And I feel like I have to hold myself to a higher standard because people do look up to me. My kids included. So yeah. So porn, how'd you do it?
Oh, I've tried, hundreds and hundreds of times. It's the small. It's literally 2 steps forward and 1.5 steps back, kind of a thing, and then 5 steps forward, and then you relapse big. Honestly, I got bored. It's like it's so much time. It's just time. And same with Instagram scrolling and scrolling on X and Twitter and all that stuff. It's like you get bored. And I'm like, I just don't want it.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of that is weird because I remember sometimes some of those have been preceded by binges. Just scrolling for 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, this is not what I want to do. This is stupid. So I don't know how. I mean, you pray about it, of course, that helps. But sometimes first of all, some of those things are extremely difficult to pull out of your life without leaving this void. Whether it's weed, alcohol, porn, cigarettes, scrolling, whatever. And so you have to try to fill it with something else. And so a lot of the time you can't find the same kind of hit. But over time, as soon as you get rid of that, that dopamine overdose, and then eventually you just kind of pull back.
Yeah.
But it's just practice. And sometimes it's like meticulous note taking.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it was 2 hours, 13 minutes today. So maybe tomorrow I can just 2 hours or something. And focusing on it, and then, and you just realize, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I don't miss it.
And it's interesting because it's interesting to hear your end of it. Because for me, I'm in or out.
You're all in or all out?
All in, all out. I'm like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I decide, it's done.
Yeah, which is,
So
good.
Once I decide, it's done.
Yeah.
So it's
good
like,
for you.
porn, done.
Yeah, good for you.
Cussing, done.
Most of my habits have been trailed off.
Hmm.
Drinking was that way. I wasn't a cold turkey drink. Porn was that way. Swearing was kind of almost fairly immediate. I don't know why, but all my other habits over to life would take years to tampen down and to decrease and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I still work on it.
I think there's still things that we don't know maybe just yet or now that I feel like we're gonna have to start, maybe shedding off too. And I don't know what that is.
Oh, for sure. But yes, but here's the thing: is once you start taking off, wet sweaters and things of that sort, and you start shedding certain things, only then can you see more clearly of what needs to be done next.
Yes. For sure.
So it's like you wouldn't know that unless you uncovered it.
Yes.
So I don't know what the next thing to shed is.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't. And in fact, I'm. Yeah. So I don't know what the next thing to shed is. I mean, do I have habits? Yeah, I still have habits. But most of my angst these days is dealing with other issues, not really habits per se. I went through a big phase of habit breaking for 1.5 2 years between when I moved down to Vegas, and that's not where my focus is now. I'll go back to it if I need to cut some down on some things.
Yeah.
But that's not where my focus is now.
Okay. Where is your focus?
My focus for myself, I would say there's 4, and I'll go through quickly. Unfortunately, the first 3 are related to the 4th in an opposite way and vice versa, which makes this hard. First thing is I feel underappreciated. And so I just feel underappreciated. Oh, look, thumbs up. I feel underappreciated in general. Cool.
Oh, that's a bad Oh, Ascend. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Or if it's the husband. Hi, husband.
There you go. One of those two. Underappreciated. Second is I'm tired of lack of commitment. 5 things me, dog, getting Paul jacked. Yeah, I love it, bro. I'm working on that, bro.
Yes. Paul's looking
I'm tired
good.
of. Yeah,
Paul's looking good.
he's a beast. He just doesn't give up. And speaking of commitment,
Yeah.
Paul is a committed individual, and I have just realized I just can't stand lackluster commitment, whether it's friendships, relationships, acquaintances, job, gym members, clients, I can't do that anymore.
Nope.
You and I had a conversation when I first started coaching. It's like, look, you're gonna have a problem because not everyone's gonna match your energy, and I hear you, but I'm telling you now that I would rather find the people. I'd rather have a very, very small group who can match my energy, rather than tamping my energy to fit the masses. So that's 1. 3. The number 3 is I want to have a more integrated self. Both my human side, my animal side, and number 4 is I've just grown incredibly lonely. So the problem is one way of dealing with the first 3 is by pulling back and kind of reevaluate, but then that makes me more lonely. But if I try to not be lonely and be around people, then I find myself watering down my expectations and my level of commitment I expect from people. So it's a 3 against 1 tension right now. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with, not habits.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
No,
I'm working through it. But
It's
the reality is, at least all the first 3 and maybe even the 4th is all centered around me, because it's all my realms. It's not just one specific realm like a job or whatever. So the issue is me. I don't put myself in a position to be appreciated, or I'm around the wrong people, and I need to find the people who I can expect things from, and then just forget. I forget everyone else.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Do it.
Focus on the cups that need to be filled, right?
Yes, because I can't throw crap against the wall.
That's right.
So
because it'll just
fall.
Just flow right down the wall.
So that's what that is what the dog is dealing with right now.
I love it. Well, I don't love it, but I love that.
No,
there's growth.
There's growth, I'm working on it, and there are going to be consequences, not in a bad, negative tone, but there are results and consequences from me making certain decisions in the next couple of weeks that will affect things. But at the end of the day, I have to do what's true to me.
Correct, and I don't think there's anything wrong with you focusing on the cups that need to be filled instead of.
Well, that's the thing is I would rather have and spend the energy in the Pauls of the world.
Yeah.
If yes, whether it's time, money, or energy, like I want to focus on the people, you, for instance, or people who I can give to, and focus much more deeply there than try to spread this out. Because I'm a very finite individual. I only have so much energy.
You do.
Really.
You do.
I mean, it burns quickly. Money, whatever, and time, I've got time, but it's the energy I'm trying to preserve, mental shelf space, because it burns out quick.
Yeah.
And because I care too much. That's the problem. Which is a curse and a blessing, but I care too much. So I just got to find the people, I don't want to say worthy because that makes it sound really judgmental, but I need to find the people that resonate with me and vice versa. And if they don't, that's fine. There are plenty of other people that can, that they can go to.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. And it's two different people. Like you do have an energy bar, right?
Oh yeah.
And let's say I'm not saying that I have endless energy.
You have near endless energy. I've seen you burned out twice. In 3 years,
in the whole time
I've known you, burned out twice.
Yeah.
But I just know my limits. I know my limits
for sure.
So.
Yeah, I want to. What would be my let's say is an energy thing. Like, what would you say? What would you say my thing would be?
Your constraint is related to time.
Time constraint.
Yeah, time constraint. And I don't mean like all these things to do is no. The issue with time constraint is you just need to. Well, here's what you need to do. My suggestion would be to look at what you're focusing on, and you have to understand that you have to make trade-offs.
You do.
And that you don't have limited. You for the most part, you have more energy than most people I know, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Money will come and go. Your life seems to be a very state of flow with money, so I don't worry about it necessarily one way or the other. It's the time that I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
Is you want to do a lot of things, but you only have limited time, so therefore you can't create time. You can move some things around, but eventually you have to make choices with what are you going to do with your time. And then certain things just can be punted to other people or punted to tomorrow or punted to next year.
So I need to learn how to punt.
It's focusing. Delegate and punting. How do you strategically punt and delegate? And it sucks when you don't have people around you to delegate to all the time.
Yeah, I at the same time too, I do feel like I have a control issue.
Well, so
you think I have a control issue?
You know what? I don't know.
Looking outside in? You know me. You know me pretty well.
Honestly, I don't think so.
You don't think I have a control issue?
I don't think so. I think because you're such a juggernaut, you just do things. But when you are redirected and focused in a direction, you'll change directions. I think part of the issue is you don't always have the individuals around you to whom you can delegate things. And there are certain things that you are absolutely qualified and gifted with that no one else could do. And so you end up doing those things which take up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
So you would have to settle for delegating something that you're much better at, but it's a lower urgency or a lower value task that you just don't have the time for compared to something else.
Man, I would love to go through that. You know?
Yeah, we may go deep. We'll go deep on another time.
Yeah, for sure. Not obviously not here, but like on our meetings. You know, like maybe I need to maybe go through because
you're right. Keep in mind,
right.
you're one of your strengths and your weakness is strength and weakness for me is I'm an executioner. I maximize within the box. You are a box expander, right? You want to open a franchise. You want to open in a location. You want to open online. You want to do this. It's like, okay, let's bring it back down.
Reel you
in a little bit. And so that
I do live outside, not live outside the box, but like I'm trying to
most visionaries and entrepreneurial and people think that way.
Yeah.
They should. Otherwise, how are you going to build business?
Yeah.
But the reality is without having the right people in place and or the right focus on your part, you're going to get none of it done well. You know, people try to say, "Oh, I can do everything." No, you can't. No, you cannot. You'll do everything half-heartedly, and then things are going to slip and fall, and you're going to do none of it well.
For sure.
Like, trash half of the things you're doing, because that just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, or you just delegate them, or you just let them go.
Yeah.
Be done with it. So that's my suggestion for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But the good news is you can do something about it.
I do. I can. I do, and I can.
And I can. Boy, we're just spilling tea today.
I love it. You guys see, and that's the thing. It's like that's what my content is kind of going into right now. Is like, business insights and like my struggles and things like that, and how you can learn from me. You know.
Well, and that's so, bro. I'll tell you this much. The reason why I know you're not too much of a control freak is because you are at least open to other data and other people's opinions, and you listen. A lot of control freaks shut out other people's opinions and thoughts.
Okay.
They just want to be in control. And so even if something better comes along, they're like, I don't want to hear it. I am in control. So you're at least open and receptive to other ways of doing things, other ideas, new information, so that you can make a decision.
100%.
Which is remarkable. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that's awesome.
I can be, and that's just being ignorant.
Well, I know, but people are often willfully ignorant.
You know,
I mean,
it's like I rather say
what that is.
I mean, because I want to teach my children, right? And this is what, and it's been so great teaching the littles in jiu-jitsu,
The
right?
littles.
It's a little it's the littles, bro. So the little samurais, right? And this kid is like, man, just an example. He's like, man, I just started and I'm like this good. That's what he said.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
And I had to sit him down and be like, listen, man. Do you ever see me or Renato, like Coach Renato, like just boast around on how good we are?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yep.
I was like, listen, take this home with you. I said, the person that knows everything knows nothing.
Yeah.
And the person that knows nothing can learn everything.
Yeah.
So that why don't you chew on that?
Yep.
And it's called humility. It's called humility.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so it's like,
cool.
I had to sit down because he's 8. He's like, he's how do I say this? He's zealous.
Yeah.
Right. He's just like, because he is good at such a short time. But the thing is, it's like, listen, man, like you have to like, there's going to be other people. There's going to be better people than you.
That's right.
And you're not the top guy. But if you humble yourself, you can then train with these good people.
That's correct. That's good.
And handle yourself better.
That's awesome.
And learn from your mistakes.
That's awesome.
So then you can get better.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Instilling wisdom in these guys.
He who is humbled will be exalted, and he who exalts himself will be humbled. I'm just saying.
And that's from the word.
That's from the word. All right, time check. 1:26, man.
Yep.
You got a call.
I do got a call.
This was fun.
Yes.
We even had 4 people stay on.
Dude,
LinkedIn.
we've had actually more people stay on this time.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want us to keep talking about this, we can.
Yeah.
Just let us know. Let us know when we post this. Post some comments. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
You know, we want to hear from you guys and what you guys want to know from us. We were a little bit more real this time around, honestly. Talking about our vices and things like that. But love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. You guys can find this episode on Spotify and iTunes, but you guys saw it here first, saw it live. Yep. Thank you, all our YouTube subscribers. Keep staying in tune for that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us. Love you guys. Peace.
See you soon.